Well, I finally got my hands on a new studio display, the VESA mount option, upgraded from an LG 4K UltraFine, paired it here with my Mac Studio, and also do a webcam comparison between the studio display, the Logitech Creator, and Opal C1 webcam. My kids wanted to help unbox it, so I carefully supervised the process, but I did get Apple Care just in case. Well, I finally got a studio display. This is actually the VESA mount edition, and it was delayed. You know, shipping times were pretty delayed, but this one actually came a little early. So from order to actually receiving it was about 3 to 4 weeks, so not too bad. And the box was pretty slim. You know, I don't know how the other boxes are with the stand and the tilt and height adjustable, but this is the VESA mount one. That's the back right there. This part, which is the power cable that's not removable, quote unquote. So you can see this is the VESA mount here, and it's going to be replacing the LG 4K UltraFine that's over my shoulder. Been using that for about 3 years now, maybe 2 years. So I've never had a 5K display. When I bought an iMac back in 2015, it was a 21.5 inch, and that was a 4K Retina display. First time for a 5K. So going to take the paper off and mount it where that LG 4K is. So the Thunderbolt cable that comes with the studio display is pretty short, even just for having my Mac Studio right here. So to actually snake it around this VESA arm is going to be pretty close. Alright, so I replaced the VESA mount monitor, unscrewed it from the LG 4K UltraFine, put it on the studio display. Now the moment of truth, I'm going to slide it on the arm I have here. Look behind the scenes here. So here's the VESA mount. Screwing it on, here's the nut. Alright, so now I'm gonna bring the power cable around. Can't use the power cable that was already attached to the 4K LG UltraFine because Studio Display uses its own thing. The final cover off. Swing it back in place. Whoa. All right. Well, that was easy. All right, so the Thunderbolt cable that came with it was just enough to go behind the studio display, down the VESA arm, and connect to my Mac Studio underneath. Overall, it's really just slightly larger than the 4K UltraFine. I had the 24-inch of that. This is a 27-inch, so a little bit more screen real estate. I do notice it is really crisp, really clear. I got the glossy version, not the nano texture. I can have a blackout shade cover my window over here, so I'm not too worried about reflections. But I know a lot of people were saying the first thing that happened when they got it was a firmware update, so let's check for that. Kind of the iMessage typing screen. All right, so I did the firmware update, and now really just two things I want to test. I mean, the display is obviously great. Love the 5K. Nice to have a monitor, finally, just the default scaling for macOS. So I want to test the speakers and the webcam. Those are the two big things for the studio display. Here's a video of me talking about recording on iPhone. Get a lightning connected microphone like this Rode video mic. So speakers are great. I was using the 4K UltraFine monitor speakers every once in a while just to hear what it sounded like, and it was pretty terrible. I would usually use headphones or my AirPods, but the speakers on this really sound good, especially for video editing. I had debated on getting some studio monitors for audio, but I'm probably just going to stick with the studio display speakers because they're really good. They also didn't distort at high volumes. I noticed the LG 4K UltraFine monitor, if I really pushed the volume on that, definitely distorted really bad. So 2 thumbs up on the speakers for the studio display. Now I do want to test the webcam. I've actually been testing several webcams. I have the Logitech Creator webcam. I have the Opal C1, which is kind of the waitlist, top-of-the-line C1 4K webcam. And everyone said the studio display camera was pretty terrible, so let's do a side-by-side comparison. So here's the studio display webcam. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, it's okay. It's a webcam. Let's try the other webcams. And here's the Opal C1. It is 4K. I do notice some better quality. I don't know if it's really a huge noticeable difference for like a call. We'll see. And this is the Logitech Creator webcam, about $150 on Amazon. Also has things where you can adjust things like zoom and color temperature. Pretty good. I think I actually prefer the Logitech Creator webcam, and here's all 3 webcams together. So overall, just quick first impressions. I love the hardware design, obviously way better than the LG UltraFine monitors. Speakers are really good, also way better than the UltraFine, and probably won't get studio monitors. I'll just use the built-in speakers. Also webcam, pretty good compared to the Logitech and the Opal. It's probably the worst of the three, but for webcam purposes, I'm probably just going to use the built-in one so I don't have something on top of the monitor and I can appreciate the nice hardware design of the studio display. Again, it looks really good. Love the glossy display. Look forward to editing some video on it. May give some more thoughts after I play around with it for a couple weeks. So if you have any questions, drop a comment below. Hit the like button, of course, and subscribe to the channel. Got some Apple content. We're heading into the fall season as this video is published. Lots of hardware going to be going up, iOS 16, iPadOS 16. So subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss a video. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you next time.